guys, this is a live podcast. I'll do a tester, and then every week we'll do another one. This is a bit rubbish the light at the moment, but bear with me and I'll sort this out a bit more. I've got a couple of shirts anyway, but I've got to be doing a bit moving around in the man cave. Right. Personally, Kieran Gibbs, I would love him to sign, especially as backup at Holbass. The only thing I would say is not on the 60, 70 grand a week he was looking for. To be honest, Troy Deeney's on like 100 grand already. Especially when they were quoting about 15 million. I only think personally it's going to be 8 to 10 million at the tops. I don't think any more than 10 million for a guy who can't even dislodge Monreal in the Arsenal side. He is good. Monreal is excellent, but Gibbs would be a good signing, but not at 15 million. Let's have a look. Markovic, I wouldn't mind, but not at 20 million. Especially attacking players, good. I think we still need to get another younger defender, personally. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of Britos, but the prediction for the up and coming season in terms of position, I'll be happy with top. We finished 10th would be brilliant. Cheers, Jake. 10th position. Last year, under Kike, we finished 13th, got a semi-final in FA Cup. I thought that was brilliant. But the second half of the season performances, I know some of you went miles more games than I did, but the ones I especially saw live and the ones I'm one of the armchair ones when I do see a stream, but some of the performances are just flat. We went with Walter. To be honest, I think at the time I argued with a couple of mates about this. I thought that it was a step forward because I know a few guys that are Napoli fans coming from Italy, and they said he's got a reputation of producing players, improving strikers. Look at Higuain, for instance. Higuain was always spoke highly of Walter. He came along and it just didn't work out. The experiment didn't work out. We played too direct. It was back to simple stuff like Boothroyd, to be honest, with how direct we were playing. There was no really cohesion with the play, especially at the end. I mean, I remember going to Everton. I was tearing my hair out at some of the play. But yeah, I mean, Marcus Silva, I'm really, really pleased that we got him. About bloody time. I think he's going to at least try and play a bit of football. It'll be attacking. I mean, I think we'll be bloody good at home. We'll be very good at home. It'll be away where I think our problems might lie. Signings, Chris, are definitely Kieran Gibbs, I think, but at the right price. Like I said, another centre-back. But the two centre midfielders, Shalabar and Hughes. Hughes, I've been raving about for about 3 or 4 years. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I've got my father-in-law as an Evertonian, Bruce Sims, but that's always our, second favourite team. Obviously, be after instead of the Hornets. I'm always a Watford fan, but my second team's Everton. I've always said to my father-in-law that they should have signed Hughes years ago. But I'm glad we signed him. 4.7 is an absolute bargain. I know it rises up to about 8 million, but I think that's a good bit of business. Shalabar one, according to Sky Sports, is not a sell back to they can't buy him back unless we want to sell him, basically Chelsea. So we've pretty much got him unless we want to get rid of him. He was fantastic. I mean, as we all know, he was fantastic in the Championship for us. 10 million for 2 under 21 internationals is brilliant value, especially in this day and age, because look at Nathan Ake, for instance, going to Bournemouth for 20 million. He's a decent player, but not 20 million. That's my opinion, but you can shoot me down in flames for that. But I think Ake at about 12 million would be decent business. 20 million. If he gets, I'm just looking at some of the stuff here as well. If they get 5 or 6 years decent service out of him, then 20 million's a bargain. But the current market, I have to accept the current market is really bad, overblown. Okay, that's fair enough. But you know, we've got to pay top dollar for players, but some of them are really badly overpriced. So we've got Berghaus, yeah. I raved about Berghaus for ages. When he first came off, but this guy's a good player. Wasn't used under Flores because he played a narrow 4-4-2. Walter just got rid of him to Feyenoord. I think, you know, I wouldn't blame him if he left. I don't want him to. I think he'll fit in well. He's been playing most of the pre-season games as well, which helps. That's a good sign. Well, you hope it is. You can't really read too much in the pre-season. But yeah, I think, you know, you can add something to us. Amrabat, well, you know, I was one of those that before African Nations I was raving about him. You know, with Yamat's behind him, you know, he's got protection. He's not bad. He's not amazing, but he's not bad. Problem is, if you try and play him at right wing back, he's absolutely useless. He cannot defend. We know that. The first evidence of that was against Arsenal when he gave away the penalty on Sanchez. People moan that that wasn't a penalty. It was a penalty all day long. Just can't, because the guy can't head. Attacking wise, he runs at players, but he's got to assist more if he's going to stay inside. I saw the last game on stream. It's on YouTube. I know the Taylor game at Villa's on YouTube, which I'm going to definitely see on YouTube. I was actually going to go to that. I'm going to try and get to the Taylor game at Pidge Road. But I've got a festival coming up soon, so I'm pretty tied up with money. I know it's cheap, so I'm going to see if I can get down there before Bloodstock. I'm missing the Liverpool game, which I'm gutted for, but you know, it's 4 people. I'm definitely going to be Bloodstock with Watford shirts. I'll take a few photos of that. I know I'm going to get ribbing for that because I know half of my mates that are going there are Liverpool fans. So, well, if we beat them, they'll be getting a ribbon. I think we'll beat them 1-0, 2-1. I'll go for 1-0. Maybe you say it's optimistic, but I think we'll beat them. Away, a bit different prospect. I think at home we should fancy ourselves against anyone, apart from, especially with Silva there. Yeah, he was bloody awful at crosses. I agree, Alan, sorry. But I thought before African Nations he looked a bit threatening. Afterwards, yeah, he needs to provide more assists if he's going to stay in this team, because the players that we're looking to sign, I think one of the guys said we've been linked with about 300 of them. But what other team don't? He's got to assist more if he stays in the team this year. I mean, last year he didn't have much competition on the right. I think striker-wise, well, we had strikers last year, but we keep getting bloody injured. Akaka showed glimpses, but then he was injured. Straight away at West Ham, he got a hamstring injury. Everton, I thought he looked brilliant against Everton, and then he got bloody hamstring again. Success, fatigue injuries, and I think a lot of that's down to the training. Okay, I'm not an expert in all this. I don't go to a training ground all the time, but I know you guys with me as well. We see these things, and you think fatigue injuries got to be the training. Gomez, yeah, I think for next season definitely number one. One more season, I reckon. He needs more. He does need more competition, Joe. What do you guys think of the new keeper? I think Gil Martin. It's a shame he left. I think he was a good lad, but I don't think he really had much chance of getting in. Pantilimon, for the life of me, I do not know why we signed him. I think it was 5 million, wasn't it? But Jesus Christ, anyone who does a karate kick in the semi-final FA Cup is a bit dodgy. Deeney, on the fact of Deeney getting his operation, I think he should be fit for the start. I mean, it's 3 weeks before, so I'm praying he is. But we need someone up front with him. If the other two ain't going to produce it, we need to get someone else with Deeney. What do you guys think about somewhat of them selling Deeney? I personally wouldn't. But last season, on the evidence of last season, we just played one way, and it was usually a crossfield ball to Deeney all the time. There was no one else going on the end of the flick-ons. I mean, Niang, I don't know what he did the last 7 or 8 games. We were looking, well, apart from, I mean, he looked half decent against West Brom and he scored a cracking goal. Apart from that, after that, I mean, like I say, I went to Everton and oh God, thank God I didn't go to Chelsea, but it was miles better against Chelsea, I thought. At least you guys scored some goals. I know we missed this. I know Deeney missed a half chance. Well, some of us say sitter against Everton, but you know, he needs some more help up there, because I mean we can't do like we did last year and just lump it forward to him all the time. Right, let's see what else we got. Well, the YouTube channel. I can go live on this most of the time, but the YouTube channel is probably better. But this is looking all right anyway. The light's a bit crap in this place, but I've got a new bulb. Stretched my budget before my payday for a new bulb. So, well, is it a good thing you can see me? No, it's not. What do you guys think of pre-season so far? We've got Rangers behind closed doors. That should be interesting. It's another run out anyway. Yeah, although it needs help. Yeah, no, I completely agree, Roy. We need Deeney to stay. I personally would have Deeney to stay, but he does need help. If we're going to play him on his own with either two wingers or 3 behind him, we need someone to come on to his knock-ons, because there was not many people doing that. I mean, Akaka looked likely to do it when he actually played. Will cost more to replace him. Cost more than keeping him. Yeah, true. Actually, I mean, we value him at about 35 million for the influence he has at the club and what he brings to the team. As long as I'm in no doubt we will. The way we play this season will be totally different to what we played last season. I mean, it's not an Italian ethos for one thing. Saying that though, when Zola's first season, we did play football and it was bloody good to watch as well. Silva will play football and we will be decent at home as well. So I fancy us against anyone at home at the moment. I know it's optimism. I know it's pre-season optimism, but you know, once the season unfolds and we keep doing these, I'll have my mates in here. I'll get people in here and we'll chat about all the other stuff and. You know, Elva are a good side. Yeah, they are actually. Well, what's the Barca game? Yeah, did you? Oh, well done. Yeah, no, I haven't watched so much Barca. The El Clasico stuff I'll definitely watch, but no, that's good. No, we have played some decent sides. I was actually going to go to the under-23 at St Albans, and I found out. I know a mate who supports St Albans, and one of the guys tragically died last week. Falling off, I think, the main stand. I think that was really horrible. So, you know, thoughts go out to his family, and you know, that's terrible. I know. I mean, I used to do a lot of work at Emerald Town, so you know how hard these guys work for basically nothing, just for the love of the club. So, I feel really sorry for the guy, and you know, it's a shame they couldn't give Luton a battering. 3-4-3-1. That's a bit nice. Yeah. No. I personally would play that formation. Because you will play football with that formation, and especially our way Silva's going to play it. Pereira, yeah, I'm delighted Pereira's back fit. We needed that. I mean, it was gutted with Zarate and his leg injury. You can't blame anyone for a cruise ship. We had too many injuries, but the Pereira injury and the Zarate injuries were just bad luck. They're just so unfortunate. And the cruise ship as well. I mean, it looks like Zarate's on his way back. Pereira will be like a new signing. Oh yeah, I mean, remember the Watford? Remember the documentary? Oh my God, I still watch it all the time just for the goal. Yeah, I mean, he will add something that we have been missing. We tried to get with Niang, which it never came. I mean, I remember going to Old Trafford and there was glimpses of stuff from Zarate, which I know some West Ham fans, and they said he's capable of that, but then he's capable of standing about and not doing it, flitting in and out of games. You know, he'll probably have about 20 minutes of a game and then just flitter in and out. I mean, Niang was like that. He lost the ball and just threw a strop, and he's on the side of the pitch. It's like, come on, defend. you know, you've done all your tricks, but you know, come on, let's sort of help their fullbacks, a little bit. I can't wait to see Pereira back, especially with a full pre-season with us. A fit one will be absolutely brilliant. And the way we're looking at signing the players and the English lads coming through is great. I mean, we've got, I think that didn't they highlight about 4 or 5 potential youth players possibly breaking through. I know Mason and Pereira, if I can pronounce it correctly, those 2 guys should be getting more of a chance this season, I hope, because I proper like Mason with when he's come on. How do you pronounce it? Effendo, the centre back. Okay, he's thrown in the deep end against City. I mean, we were just woeful against them. Last game of the season, I think we were just glad to get that over with. I was going to go to that. I sort of looked back on it, and it was probably a better judgment I didn't. But call me a fair weather for that. I'll take that. I should have really gone anyway. But after 5-0, you look back at it and think, thank God. I was just glad we got rid of that game, and then Water could clear off, and then we could get someone in. I'm so glad we didn't get Pardew. Someone said Pardew, I went no. At least more competition areas this season will make use of step up gear in Kapui. Yeah, I mean, Decore, start of the season, I was like, what the hell? We spent 9 million on this guy and he's absolutely useless. And then coming in the end of the season, he looked much better. He's going to be good. He's going to be good competition for Kapui. Capu's got to step up. Like I say, with Spain, when I said with Amrabat, he had to step up, but Capu's definitely got to step up. He's my favourite player from his sins. Last season, I could not defend him for a lot of performances, especially second half of the season. First half of the season, brilliant. I put him in my dream team, the Sky Sports dream team. People slated me, and he scored 5 goals and God knows how many games. Especially the game against United, I thought he was brilliant. Yeah, there's going to be competition. The centre midfield is so strong this season. Well, stronger than last season, put it that way. Decore is emerging. Cabaselli, I hope he's a winner for the future. Gibbs, Danny Welbeck online. I wouldn't mind Danny Welbeck. That'll be good foil for Deeney. Could we afford his wages? And would Arsenal part with him? If we get Gibbs and Welbeck, blimey, what 2 signings they are. I'll tell you what, go back to the injury thing though. I've never seen an injury record so bad since Glenn Roeder. And this says it all. I've got the actual shirt on. The Roeder era, 95, 96 is the worst. Is the last time I've seen an injury record this bad since from last season to that then. 20 years, and we had about 16, 17 players out then. Last season, it was just horrendous. I know we can't defend Water on much, but that's the only thing I would say. It's our injury record. But on the flip side of that, I think a lot of them were fatigue injuries. Like I say, once again, shoot me down in the flames about that, but I thought a lot of them, you sort of think, picking up these little niggles and stuff, and you sort of think, I know one of my mates who's not watching at the moment, but I know I agree with him that, you know, some of them, can you play through the pain? Some of them play through the pain barrier or not. It's like, you know, could you? Well, you know. Right, I'm going to go off in a minute, but I'll prepare this much better next time. And this is a good test. I couldn't believe it was almost 20 minutes of me waffling on about crap. But I will get a couple of mates in on this as well. They like a good argument with me, which make it even better. You put your questions on here. I'll try and set up the YouTube account so it's a quicker chat on this as well. This has come up all right, actually, because I don't usually do live videos. So this season it's going to be tough. The top 7 will go out of reach. Yeah, no, true. Like I said, you know, I'm a Watford fan through and through, but my second team, because I used to live up North Wales, I went to see a lot of Everton games. They knew I was Watford sitting in the Gladys. It was good banter, and I think with their spending, they should be pushing to near top 4. I'm not saying they necessarily go get top 4, but the top 7 plus Everton is, in terms of money, is just, yeah. You know, it's going to be a miracle if anyone breaks into that. I mean, it was a mini league. I mean, anyone from the bottom to 8th. Look at West Brom, how poor West Brom at the end of the season. If we can break into the top 10, I'll be delighted. And that'll be progress. Last season definitely weren't, but you know, if we can break in the top 10, that is fantastic. We're walking out. Yeah, no, I agree. I bumped into one of the physio guys near where I work. I won't say exactly where, but yeah, had a quick chat with him in passing. Lovely fella. I won't say the name, but I said to him, you know, what do you think went wrong last season? And I said, look, I know you're one of the physio team, so I'm not knocking you personally, but what do you think went wrong? And he was sort of, I was saying, do you think fatigue? And he was sort of, you know, giving me a few looks, you know, along the line of saying, yeah. But, you know, that's my personal opinion. It could be completely wrong. I do believe that him walking out, Roy, is probably one of the main reasons that we got a load of injuries, yeah. Walter bringing in his own medical staff I don't think, improved. Well, it didn't improve anything, but he was looking at proving something. But, you know, I think luck and the fact that Kike, I walked on through. Brilliant. You're getting back then. Yeah. It don't help when Alec Baldwin's training our players now. Oh God, I wish South Park was real and they did bomb the Baldwins, and perhaps our injury record wouldn't be so bad. Right, I'm going to sign off. What I'll do is Tuesday night we're going to do one at probably about 8:30. Thursday I'll try and do something. Send in a load of questions, or just chat as you're going through it, and then I'll just answer them. Put live feeds if you want. Do your own live feeds. I'll go on yours and ask a load of questions as well. I'll set up the YouTube channel, and then we can add a load. I'll give a load of you guys the opportunity to go on the YouTube channel as well, and you can add your own videos. Okay, guys, thanks for the questions. I'll see you on Tuesday.